Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 1011th day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia has lost approximately 740,400 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 1,740 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 5 tanks, 12 armored combat vehicles, 23 artillery systems, 2 multiple launch rocket systems, 42 drones, 72 vehicles, and 2 pieces of special equipment. The Russians launched 172 combat clashes and carried out 31 airstrikes, including 53 anti-aircraft missiles on the territory of Ukraine. They also used 581 kamikaze drones and carried out 3,000 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War, Russian President Vladimir Putin continues to laud the technical specifications of the recently launched Oreshnik ballistic missile and threaten additional Oreshnik strikes against Ukraine as part of an intensified Russian reflexive control campaign aimed at forcing the West and Ukraine into self-deterrence. There is nothing particularly novel about the capabilities of the Oreshnik missile, and US and Ukrainian officials indicated that the Oreshnik missile does not portend a Russian escalation in the war. Putin's constant flaunting of the Oreshnik and Russian missile capabilities therefore remains part of the Kremlin's reflexive control information operation and is unlikely to presage the development of particularly novel Russian deep strike capabilities. The Russian military is considering establishing a separate service branch for unmanned systems, likely as part of the Russian Ministry of Defense's MOD, in a belated effort to catch up to the establishment of the Ukrainian Unmanned Systems Forces, USF, in February 2024. Russian forces conducted a large series of drone and missile strikes against Ukraine's energy grid and major defense industrial facilities on the nights of November 27 to 28 and 28 to 29. Ukrainian forces conducted a series of strikes against 4 Russian air defense systems and radars in occupied Ukraine and 2 oil depots in Russia on November 28 and 29. Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov made an unannounced visit to Pyongyang, North Korea on November 29 amid intensifying Russian-North Korean cooperation. Russian President Vladimir Putin reportedly appointed Colonel General Rustem Muradov as first deputy commander of the Russian ground forces. The Ukrainian Prosecutor General's office opened additional investigations on November 28 into the apparent Russian execution of Ukrainian prisoners of war in Donetsk and Zaporizhia oblasts. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky the appointment of Major General Mikhailo Drapati as Ukraine's new ground forces commander on November 29, replacing Lieutenant General Alexander Pavlyuk. Georgians protested in Tbilisi, Georgia in response to an initiative by the ruling pro-Kremlin Georgian Dream Party to delay European Union accession negotiations, prompting the Russian information space to resurrect information operations falsely framing the protests and Georgian opposition parties as potential threats to Georgian sovereignty. Ukrainian forces recently advanced northeast of Vuhledar. Russian forces recently advanced near Kupiansk, in Toretsk, near Pokrovsk, and near Velika Novosilka. Russian opposition outlets Mediazona and BBC Russian service reported that they have confirmed that at least 80,937 Russian soldiers have died in Ukraine since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022. In Zelensky's nightly address he spoke about 3 key areas. Firstly, key military leadership changes in Ukraine. Zelensky announced major leadership updates in Ukraine's armed forces. Major General Mikhailo Drapati has been appointed commander of the land forces, while Colonel Ola Posel, a hero of Ukraine, takes on the role of deputy commander-in-chief to focus on enhancing training. Colonel Pavlo Polisa, a seasoned frontline commander, will serve as deputy head of the presidential office, ensuring direct insights from the battlefield. These changes aim to strengthen Ukraine's defense capabilities amid ongoing challenges. Secondly, expanded international defense cooperation. Zelensky held key discussions with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, French President Emmanuel Macron, and Norwegian Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre. Germany and France pledged further air defense systems, while Norway confirmed expanded aid and cooperation in arms production and energy sector protection. Zelensky emphasized the importance of coordinated support to counter Russian strikes and bolster Ukraine's defenses. Lastly, strengthening global alliances for peace. A delegation of Latin American parliamentarians and senators visited Ukraine to discuss defense and cooperation prospects. Zelensky underscored the importance of Latin America's support in pressuring Russia and advancing a just peace. He thanked the region for amplifying Ukraine's voice on the global stage, reiterating the need for united efforts to achieve a peaceful resolution to the war. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.